Okay, half a dozen fresh targets on the backstop, so I'm going to move that out to 10 meters to start with. Hi there everyone. I'll have to speak up a little bit because I've got the microphone a couple of feet away here. It's drizzling a bit. I like being ingenious, and I'll insert that photo here so you can see a new test today. As we all know, there's no bad weather, there's only bad clothing. Although I'm lucky that it's no high winds so for the time being, because I need to get this review done. So 13 meters to the backstop, full preliminary zero, and a secondary zero if you like, because it's as the pellet's rising. And then I'll move it out to 25-30 meters. This is a 2.2 rifle I'm reviewing, so I would normally zero a 2.2 at 25 meters, whereas I'll zero a 177, which is flatter shooting. I'll zero that at 30 meters. So target set up, full rest here. I'm wearing my waterproof Jack Pike smock, brilliant. Waterproof trousers. What am I missing? Oh, the rifle. Trusty chrono, set to 14.66 grain for the pellets. 2.2 magazine, all shot. I've remembered most things this time. One of my two moderators from Andrew Huggett, the Huggett Mini Magna. It says Magna on the end cap, but that's the bigger FAC version. This is the compact Mini Magna. Does a decent job of hushing these things up. We have the Reximex Ixia Compact. Reximex is a Turkish gun maker. Already reviewed one or two of their pistols, carbines and so on. Don't think I've reviewed any full-size rifles. So this is a bullpup, obviously, because the action comes right to the back of your shoulder. And the barrel stops about here. There's a 1/2-inch UNF threaded moderator adapter, and we have a butt pad, which is a button on the side here, so you can adjust that up and down, as you can hopefully see here. There's an ambidextrous power adjuster, which I believe is a hammer spring adjuster. There's another knob here, which is for, I believe it's for fine tuning the power. I'll be doing some chrono sessions later or tomorrow around the corner. I've got a nice spot behind the house, I can do those. There's another knob here, but this one doesn't adjust the power. This is for if you're changing barrels. So I'm leaving the barrel as is, 2.2. Now, many of you will already have seen my reviews of the Arcanoptics Zulu ZHD 520R. This is the non-R version, the non-LRF version, and this is the older, this is the Hitac CP258, but basically it's the same thing. They were rebranded as Arcanoptics. What you'll notice here, we've got a decent length of pull, so that's spot on for me, my long gangly arms, but that means that the razor rail ends here. I've got this mounted further back because I like to have my eyebrow touching the back of the scope here, and as you'll see, I've got the rubber eye cup removed. So fitted this on an Eagle Vision 108 MOA rail. Thanks Masood, bit of a design genius at Eagle Vision. So this 108 MOA rail has allowed me to mount the Zulu scope a couple of inches further back, so I'm not hunching forward to reach my eyebrow to the back of the scope. Basically we've got right hand side lever. It doesn't rotate, but there's a drop down biathlon style. I'll show you there, see it against my hand. It's a drop down biathlon style side lever. It is swappable. There's a blanking plate on the left side with a couple of little flush fitting screws. You've got this little yellow fella here. There's a rubber cap over the Forster style fill port, so very easy to fill, and I've got it sitting at about 240 bar. I filled it up earlier on, topped it up to 250, and it's natural. The air is naturally cooled down a little bit. We've got a 5-slot Picatinny rail underneath for bipods and rests and so on. Cool thing. On the scope rail on top here, I'll put some photos in a Flickr album and I'll post the link to that down below. So we've got a dual purpose Picatinny and dovetail scope rail at the back of the action. Side lever is swappable right to left. The stock is ambidextrous. So I'll show you here, you can see here, it's basically angled on both sides. There is the knob to loosen the barrel, to barrel swapping. It does stick out on the right hand side, but yeah, that's not going to be in your way shooting. And one really cool thing, safety catch. There's no knob anywhere for a safety catch. But you see the trigger guard? You open here, and then that's it, safe, and that's ready to fire. Really novel, it's ingenious. The other thing is, of course, if you were ready to fire, you're resting the rifle on your hand or on a gun rest, you might find you cannot fire positive, and you can operate it silently, engaging and disengaging it. You pop the moderator on. Neighbours didn't hear my testing the RTI P3 back a few weeks ago, but just in case, I'm going to pop moderator on. So the Hug It Mini Magna going on here. I'll bring the camera around and I'll just record myself from the first magazine, ready for a chrono test. Got a tin of H&N FTT pellets, 2.2, 14.66 grain. It's my first time using the 2.2 version of these pellets actually, but the reason I've switched for the time being from JSB exacts to H&N FTTs is simply that I find I get a lot less flyers when I'm doing testing like this with the H&N FTTs than I do with the JSBs. There's an arrow pointing twice, so you wind magazine face round till it stops, and I'm holding it here with my finger stopping the back, and drop a pellet in face first, then can let go. I can now return the faceplate anti-clockwise 12 stops at a time to fill up the other 12 chambers. Okay, so that's one 12-shot magazine good to go. I'm just going to put one mag across the chrono. I'll angle it a little bit this way so you can see it better. .42, and that's my magazine empty, and I've just decocked the rifle, so that's what ticks one box. So 12 shots, 10.50 foot-pounds, average 568, so that's 563 to 584, so a spread of 22 feet per second and standard deviation of 5. And just for your information, 568 feet per second. Let me just double check on my phone, get the calculator out. UK legal limit is obviously 12 foot-pounds. Square root of 12 times 450240 divide by 14.66 equals 607. So the legal limit with these 14.66 grain pellets, UK legal limit is 607 feet per second. So 568 compared to 607, yep, 39 feet per second below the limit. Some people will be like, oh, that's rubbish, it's not 11.99 foot-pounds. Well, this is a cool morning. If you set up your rifle to be 11.99 foot-pounds on a day like this, on a hot day, a PCP air rifle will be over the limit, will be illegal. And the bottom line is, you've got to keep things legal. So 10.5 is good for me, 39 feet per second below the legal limit. Okay, I'm just going to film this as best I can with one hand. That's the Reximex Ixia cocked. Safety off. So that's £3, 8 ounces of trigger pull. It's a pretty safe trigger pull. See how accurate it is. Okay, that's the last 3 pellets in one vertical comma-shaped hole. Smidgen to the left of the bull and a smidgen below it, and that's at 13 meters. So I'll go move the target out to just shy of 30 probably, see what grouping I get. Now there is a bit of a breeze right to left. If that group's all right, I'm probably going to just shoot a group rather than play around the scope to get the impact spot on the target at this range. But generally straight away I can tell you the ergonomics, everything's nicely rounded, there's nothing digging with my hands. The grip it's got sort of gentle protrusions, they're not sharp, but a bit like the plastic version of stippling really. But there's nothing angular about the grip. The trigger is a comfortable rounded shoe on a vertical post that drops down, so basically completely comfortable. Got a 300cc carbon bottle, which is not particularly cold to the touch, and it doesn't quite touch the underside of the barrel shroud. And obviously the fella is two-tone. It's a little bit like airsoft. It's a two-tone rifle finished in sort of desert tan and black. Everything looks perfectly nicely anodized. On the left side, serial number, caliber 22/5.5 millimeters, patented, made in Turkey. On the right side, Ixia. Oh, we've also got what's marked as an air chamber, so that's your plenum. That comes into its own for FAC guns. Okay. Right, last shot hold open, so that's good. So you know when you're out empty and you're not going to fire a blank duff shot if you're hunting, for example. Okay, so I've got an interesting group there. Several pellets in that dual hole and a string of about half a dozen pellets here, left, right. So they're all within a pound coin, but this strung out group I think is due to the breeze going left, right, and I'm not sure of the elevation difference between the two groups. And this other group, I mean, that's the main group is smaller than my little fingernail, and then we've got a couple of pellets, 1, 2, and then another 2 here and 2 here, slightly higher. So it's unusual the separation between these two sets of groups and these two, so I'm not sure the reason for that. Just topped up the bottle, as you can see, exactly 250 bar. I've got my R2A chrono here and my pellet trap. I haven't got a steel pellet trap with me here yet on this new permission, so this is a stack of old rotten logs which literally have the consistency of plasticine, and that cover looks like a tarpaulin. It's an old inflatable rubber dinghy which has long since seen its end of its days. So rest the rifle on my Caldwell bag and fire across the chrono into that pile of rotten logs as a very safe backstop. 14.66 grains, which is spot on for H&N Field Target Trophy, 14.66 grain. Magazine 1. Rifle is on about 245 bars, so First mag, 12 shots, 9.95, 553, spread of 24. The bottle is now showing 230 bar. Second magazine. Okay, 24 shots, 9.8, spread of 39. The bottle gauge is now on 210 bar. Okay, start of mag 3. Something's happened there. Looks like the cocking linkage there is sticking up, so I better just tighten that up. .36 shots, 9.8, spread of 39. The bottle is on 190 bar. 36 shots have used up 55 bar. Bottles down to 175 bar, and that's with 48 shots, 9.8 foot-pounds, spread of 39 still. Okay, magazine 5. Bottles down to 160 bar, 60 shots, spread is still 39 feet per second. Resuming at the start of mag 6. The end of mag 6, we're on 145 bar, and I'm assuming where the green ends is where the reg will be set, so I should stop when it reaches the green, but we'll see. So 6 mags, 72 shots. Extreme spread is still 39. Resuming at the start of mag 7. Power's dropping a little bit there. End of mag 7, that's 135 bar just about. 84 shots, 9.6. Your spread is still 39. Resuming at the start of mag 8. That's the end of mag 8. Gauge is on 100 and about 118 bar thereabouts. 96 shots. 543 average. Spread has increased slightly to 41 feet per second. So the lowest powered shot there dropped 2 feet per second from the lowest previous. Standard deviation of 9. Start of mag 9.
Bottle is down to 105 bar, so I should probably stop there. Power wise, 108 shots, 9.5 foot-pounds. Spreads increased to 48, so the power is starting to drop now. But that's 9 magazines from 245 bar down to 105 and 108 shots.